Hi everyone, this is Jessica from My Mother's Crafts, and I'll be showing you how to add the shaker insert to a 3D letter. I'm going to start by folding over all the tabs on my shaker insert facing up. The shaker insert should look something like this. Now I'm going to put this off to the side and I'm going to get my 3D letter and I'm going to start folding over the tabs. You want to make sure all the tabs are out of the way so when it's time to put in your shaker insert, nothing is blocking it from going in. It should look something like this when you're done. The next step is to add the shaker insert to my 3D letter, and for this I'll be using my Barely Arts glue. I'll be gluing one tab at a time, but you could do what feels the most easiest for you. I suggest using a glue that gives you enough time to wiggle it around and adjust it as needed. You can use either Barely Arts precision glue like I'm using here, or you can use something similar to silicone glue like a Beacon 3-in-1. The shaker insert is made to fit a little snug inside your 3D letter, so some will require a little more readjusting than others. It all depends on the letter or number style. Once I finish getting it inside of my 3D letter, I'm going to start gluing down the tabs of my insert into the inside of my 3D letter. Depending on how deep you want your shaker, you can glue the insert as low or as high as you want. I don't want a deep shaker, so I'll be gluing my insert as close to the top as I can. I'll also be using these mini clothespins to hold my tabs in place while the glue is drying so I can move on to the rest of the tabs. I'm going to continue by adding glue to a couple of tabs at a time so I have enough time to adjust the tabs on where I want them to sit. And once I have them in the spot I want, I'm going to continue to use mini clothespins to secure my tabs in place. If you're having a hard time adding glue, you can also use a weeding tool to lift the tabs to make it easier to add glue inside. Once I finish gluing down all my tabs, I'm going to start removing some of the mini clothespins, and then I'm going to start to lightly tap on the inside of my insert just to make sure that the tabs have finished gluing and they're secured. Once I see that the shaker insert is secure inside the 3D letter, I'm going to start folding over the tabs back to normal. Next, I'm going to grab my outline that's included with my 3D letter template and I'm going to place it over the tabs to see if there's any overlap. There is a little bit of an overlap and I don't want it to show when I glue down my shaker, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my scissors and cut off a piece of every tab. Now that we finished the hardest part, it's time for the fun part, adding all the confetti and glitter to our shaker. It's time to add the acetate, and for this part, I'll be using my Barely Arts glue. When designing your shaker 3D letter, the piece that you would normally use to seal your 3D letter is the piece that you're going to use to cut out of acetate. This part is going to require a little bit of patience because you want to make sure you apply a little bit of pressure all around the letter and wait until your glue is fully dry and your acetate isn't lifting. And for the last step, it's time to add the outline to the top of your shaker to hide the tabs and the glue. Now that we have everything glued down and finished, it's time to give it a little bit of a shake test just to make sure that none of the confetti is falling out. I hope you enjoyed this video as well as this project. If you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments, and don't forget to tag me on Instagram if you use this file.